5 signs you're a narcissist, but trying to pass off as an empath by trying to fool others into believing all your lies and illusions. I will start out by saying that people sometimes mistake their own narcissistic behavior by claiming it to be empathy. More than likely, it was no mistake. They do things that are just so terrible, cruel, and emotionless. They will claim to have everyone's best interests at heart, and or at the very least make it seem like they do, when in fact, from the looks and feels of everything, it is clearly obvious the only heart of concern to them. It is clearly their very own, and that is the most likely the only heart kept safe. Under their watch, because their heart is the one that matters to them. Well, that is to assume they even have a heart to begin with. I'm telling you, when it comes to narcissists, it doesn't matter if you're saying things nicely, what's bothering you, or meanly, or just being you. It doesn't matter if you come at them meanly, nicely, whatever the case may be. You will either get no response, them pissed off storming out, or even a more unpleasant argument. And they might even try to find information to use against you. They don't like confrontation when it's about them. They don't like admitting when they're wrong. Instead, they like to make it where you're the bad guy, not them. So be careful. Here's 5 direct signs to unmask the real narcissist, even though they would like to believe otherwise. Number 1, the narcissists always feel underappreciated for the things they do. And they definitely make you feel underappreciated for the things you're actually doing that actually matter. That goes above and beyond, not just things you should do. The narcissist feels like nobody is praising them for every little thing they do. They're doing all this stuff for you and being underappreciated. They feel they should be appreciated for things any decent person would just do to do them. Where on top of it, you feel appreciated for doing things, for going above and beyond for them, but they don't appreciate you for it. Easy way to tell is how they're actually constantly bitching about it, picking fights about it. And they, on top of it, after being like this, expect you to praise and appreciate them more. But for doing what exactly? Doing what a decent person should do to begin with? Doing even less than the bare minimum BS's? Giving a flying heart even more so lesses? Sounds like a narcissist, that's my nickname for him, who seeks constant praises, to be happy and believe they are entitled to do something better. The empath, on the other hand, doesn't care as much about self-gratification. Number 2, you're hypersensitive, defensive, and or anxious. These qualities may seem like the qualities of the empath, because they're always worrying, they're sensitive, they're defensive, when they know they're not in the wrong and they're, arguing about truth or something. But it's also a form of narcissism, especially when there's anxiousness in your life, and more in terms of hypersensitive, defensive, when you call them on their crap, and they're anxious when they know they're going to be busted for their lies. Whereas an empath it's usually for the things that they're worrying about somebody, or they're defending themselves for what's real, not for hiding things, being secretive, and so forth. Number 3, you'll be arrogant, proud, and have the tendency to give into your personal needs while disregarding that of others. You think everyone else is wrong and act like a know-it-all, but are more likely not to know a thing. They are typically not always liked unless their charm hides that side of them, with more lies, which they tell a lot of lies. An empath may lie, but not the same way narcissists do. Empaths value the truth to all costs, and they aren't typically ones to lie. Narcissists lie a lot. Suppose you're the kind of person who finds it hard to accept correction or criticism from someone. Then when you get it from a genuine person, instead of approaching them for being honest and learning from it, so you can change to grow as a person, you throw a fit, a tantrum, big or small, depending on where you are and who you are with, so forth, followed by looking down on them and everyone around them like they should all bow down to you. Like, come on now. I've been around a narcissist a lot. I've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt with a narcissist. It gets old. It gets frustrating, especially when you yourself can admit when you're wrong. Number 4, you walk around with a mass sense of superiority over others. Like no one could ever be as good as you, even if you know that not to be true. You might even do it without realizing it. Or if you do realize it, you continue to deny it. When confronted, you continue to deny it. You can even act very self-righteous, even if you know or think you're not as smart or good looking as everyone else. You don't let that stop you from certainly acting like you are. That thing is, deep down in your heart, you know you are only over overhyping yourself up because you don't find yourself attractive. Number 5, someone with the traits of a narcissist always feels that they have a stronger spiritual connection with God, but in a way where they act like they are God. They believe their views are higher than other people's views and won't listen to other views from an outside perspective that could help them learn and grow. Instead of showing love and sharing different views, they are close-minded to ideas outside their own. Try being open-minded more and showing love in a non-judgmental way. If you're the kind of person that thinks just because you believe in God and go to church that makes you exempt from everything, well, hate to break it to you, that will get you a one-way ticket to hell. If you think just by being an empath or trying to be one makes you spiritual alone, you more than likely are a narcissist. You cannot get the glory without the hard work, at least spiritually. Be sure to keep checking us out, whether you subscribe, wherever, website, and more coming soon.